Hi guys, Steve here in Palm Springs. This morning I'm walking in a neighborhood called Tahquitz Creek Golf. It's a neighborhood that borders the Tahquitz Creek Golf Course here in South Palm Springs, just a few blocks west of the Target, if you know where the Target store is in South Palm Springs. Actually, I think Target is in Cathedral City, so it's right on the border of Cathedral City in Palm Springs. The sun is just coming up. It's mid-May, and it's supposed to reach almost 100 degrees today, so I'm walking early in the morning. I haven't walked in this neighborhood in years, probably 10 years, so I thought it was long overdue to come and take a walk. And I'm also going to, as I'm walking around the neighborhood, because these walks usually take me an hour or two, and I usually talk about lots of different things, answer questions. I might answer some of your questions. I've got so many questions to answer. But I think today what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to share with you as I'm walking some of my favorite gay YouTube channels. So anyway, I'm going to get going before the sun gets up and it gets too hot to do this walk, even though it's still early in the morning. So it's called Tahquitz Creek Golf Neighborhood. It's a little hazy this morning. In fact, the reason I'm walking here in South Palm Springs is because there's not much wind this morning. There's a little bit of a breeze, which actually feels nice. But it has been so windy this week, which is not unusual. This is spring, and spring in Palm Springs can be very, very, very windy, and especially up in the northern end of town where we live. And so I wanted to walk down here in the southern part of the city, which is a lot less breezy. Most of the time, no breeze at all. Look how cute this place is. I can't tell if this is an older home or a newer home. These homes here were built back in the 70s and 80s, I think, pretty much. And just, you know, typical tract homes, typical California ranch-style tract homes. I don't know if there are many mid-century modern homes in this neighborhood, but I guess we'll see. I mean, it really has been a long time since I've walked in this neighborhood, so I don't really remember. Love this gate here, and this fence. Isn't this cool? Boy, the sun is really bright. Isn't that neat? And it's for sale. Okay, so across the street is a mid-century modern home. Okay, I didn't remember this as being a mid-century modern neighborhood, but yeah, look at this. This is definitely mid-century modern style. Really pretty. Now, you know, I've said when I walk in the past that when I'm walking and not making videos, I walk pretty fast as I can walk, and I'll walk around this neighborhood. Might take me a half hour if I'm walking my typical fast walk. Yeah, that's definitely a beautiful mid-century modern house, isn't it? But when I'm walking and doing videos, it might take me 2 hours or more to make the walk, and I thought that would be just as good. You know, a 2-hour walk, slow walk, would be just as good as a half-hour fast walk. But I was reading AARP magazine yesterday, and they were saying, no, it's not as good. It's much better to take a really brisk fast walk, much better than just taking a longer slow walk. So I guess that's, I mean, who knows if that's really true or not. You know, you always get conflicting information on just about everything when it comes to health. So it may not be as good, but it certainly isn't bad for you, and I'm sure it can't hurt. So, and most of the time I only take these walks to do my videos maybe once a week, you know, where I'll drive to a different neighborhood like I am today. Most of the time I'm just walking in my own neighborhood and trying not to get blown away in all the wind. And you know, it's just not great for my allergies and my eyes. That's why my eyes are always so red, and why I always am so, you know, my nose is always running and always sneezing. So did any of you watch the reality TV show, I think it was last year, maybe about a year ago, called The Real Friends of WeHo? WeHo meaning West Hollywood. It It was a gay reality show. We have so few gay reality shows, and I always wonder why. Well, kind of now I know why. It's gay people can be so vicious and so mean. Apparently, most gay people really hated the show, and they just savaged it on social media. So I'm guessing it probably won't be returning for a second season. I thought it was great. I loved it. Jim liked it. I don't think he loved it as much as I did, but maybe I loved it because it was filmed mostly in West Hollywood and also Palm Springs. I forget now, I don't remember the episode, but I think they were all down here for Pride. All of the friends were down here in Palm Springs for Pride, and I think maybe gay people got really upset because these gay celebrities weren't really real friends in real life. I think that was what the controversy was. They were just famous gay people, and they put them all together and pretended they were all good friends. I think that's what it was, but it's like, who cares, you know? It's like, but everybody made a big deal about it, that they were being phony. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes people just like to be dramatic and cause problems, and I guess the show itself was all about being dramatic. Who knows? Maybe they did it on purpose to bring drama to the show, and maybe it will come back. I hope so. Did any of you see it? Did any of you like it, like I did? I just, like I've said before, I like reality shows, and if there's a gay reality show, I'm definitely going to like it. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but, there's even more of a chance that I'm going to like it, and because there's so few. There are usually at least one or two LGBTQ plus people in just about every reality show, and I also really like that. That might be one of the main reasons I like reality shows, just the fact that there are LGBTQ plus representation on reality shows like you don't find in many other movies and TV shows, but almost always in reality shows, especially our favorites like Survivor and The Amazing Race. This neighborhood, I'm going to wind up and down, zigzag up and down the streets here. Boy, that's really a pretty one. It looks like the golf course is their backyard. Looks like their backyard overlooks the golf course. Nice. Another nice one. So in that direction you get the mountain views, Cherry Hills Drive. And in this direction you get the golf course as your backyard. So do any of you remember Colton? Was it Colton Haynes? Is that his last name? Colton from The Bachelor, who turned out to actually be gay, and he came out of the closet a year or two ago and had his own reality show, Becoming Colton or something. I just read, I think also in The Advocate, that he's working on developing a gay reality show. I think this is a gay reality dating show, which is perfect since he was on The Bachelor, and he was The Bachelor, and was he The Bachelor? I mean, or was he on The Bachelorette? I can't remember if he was on one or both. I think he was maybe on The Bachelor, and then he later became, or on The Bachelorette, and then he later became The Bachelor. I don't know, I can't remember. It was long ago. But he's developing a gay reality dating show. Hopefully it'll be similar to the one from 20 years ago, I think, called Boy Meets Boy, I think it was called. I did a short video on it last year on this channel, just to see if anybody would remember, and quite a few people did remember. Okay, I'm going to turn this around and show you the golf course that backs up, kind of goes between these two streets. All right, so I'm just one street over from Broadmoor, and we've got the golf course here. Look at that slide going into the pool. That's definitely retro. Back in the day, back in the 60s, every pool out here was really deep, and they have these that's a tall slide. Can you see it? Where'd it go? Yeah, look at that slide. So that's going into their pool, overlooking the golf course here. Very nice. And then the golf course on this side of the street too. Someone actually just reminded me the other day that he said, happy birthday, this is I noticed that it's your birthday. I'm like, well, this is not my birthday. And I was thinking, he said, I noticed on your channel it's your birthday. And I was thinking, well, where does it say on my channel what my birthday is? And it's not my birthday. And then I realized he was talking about the birthday of my channel. I started this channel 3 years ago. It actually says May, but the first video I think was June. So it's not quite 3 years since I started this channel, or started posting videos anyway. Let me walk in the shade a little bit here so I don't have the sun in my eyes. And when I first started this channel, I started looking for other gay channels. One of the main reasons I started this channel, well, there were a couple of different reasons, but one of the main reasons was that I had discovered my other channel I started about 7-8 years ago, the Graveyard channel. I liked visiting grave sites and sort of a travel channel, but all I did was travel to visit grave sites, cemeteries and grave sites. But I realized while doing that channel, when I was watching other YouTube channels, the channels that I really like the most, even though I do like visiting grave sites, and I do like watching some of the other gravesite channels, people who visit grave sites, but what I really liked when I would sit down to eat my lunch or whatever, the YouTube channels I really liked were actually the vlogs. And a vlog is just like a diary. It's just like a journal. You know, it's a video journal of your day, of your week, of whatever, just of your life. And it's just people, random people, more like a reality show, I guess. And since I love reality shows, it makes sense. I just like this house here. It looks like it's being renovated, or needs to be renovated. Interesting. So over time, I just discovered that I really like watching other gay shows, gay YouTube channels, and vlogs, you know, personal vlogs. So just personal channels about people's personal lives, almost like home movies. And I realized I like those better than anything. And they don't have to be channels where people go anywhere. They don't have to go, it doesn't have to be a travel video, it doesn't have to be a travel channel or anything. A lot of the channels that I like the most, just the people stay at home. They're just at home talking about things, and you know, sometimes going grocery shopping or walking around doing like this video, just talking about their lives, walking around, talking about their days. All right, so there's still a little bit more here, but when I come back, maybe I'll go this way. And so this is Brentwood that I was on, and Bobolink. Okay, that has something to do with golfing, right? I'm not a golfer, but, or is that, maybe not, maybe that's a bird. Is that the name of a bird? I don't know my birds either. I do like listening to birds and hearing birds, but I don't know the names. I can't identify them. Oh, look at this. This is really pretty. So this is a pretty large golf course. I mean, it goes for miles and miles in all kinds of different directions. All right, so like this house here backs up, but they've got a hedge there so they can't see the golf course. Well, I guess they don't want people seeing in. And of course, you know, when you live on these golf courses, you have to watch for balls flying into your yard, into your windows. So even though it's beautiful, they can be a little dangerous too. All right, so this next street that I'm walking down, Bobolink, backs up on this side to the golf course, maybe on the other side of the street too. We do have a lot of golf courses here, as I've mentioned, but I think this is probably the first one that I've actually walked, first golf course that I've walked on in this channel that I can remember. This is interesting, this ladder going up to the palm tree. So this style is just more of a rustic style, which is kind of neat. Even has a plaque on the door. I don't know what that plaque says though. Can't really read it from here. It's kind of nice though. I don't want to go up into their front porch. If the plaque was down here by the street, that would be nice. I guess if they wanted people to read it, they would put it down by the street. Alright, so where was I? I was talking about the type of channels that I like to watch. So it took me years to figure out that I really prefer vlogs, definitely prefer watching gay channels if at all possible, and definitely prefer channels created by older people, you know, my age. maybe not quite my age, but yeah, so I was really surprised when I discovered, let me walk over here in the shade, that out of the millions of YouTube channels, I've only been able to find 1 or 2 YouTube channels that are created by people who are gay people, who are my age. I mean, that's kind of sad, isn't it? I mean, kind of surprising in a way too. I would have thought there would have been a lot more. And when it comes to older gay vloggers, really one or 2 out of millions of YouTube channels. That seems really kind of surprising. There's one channel that's extremely popular. It's called Old Gays. And it was started by, I don't think they started, it's 4 older gay people. They're in their 70s. I think one of them is maybe even in his 80s. And they started, this channel started, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And it was started by Grindr. So it wasn't really, I don't think it was their channel. It was just more of like a promotional advertising thing for Grindr. But it really took off because these guys, basically they just pretty much are, it's just like an entertaining thing. They are just, you know, making fun of themselves, and it's just sort of a comedy kind of thing, and mostly shorts. They're just short, less than 1 minute videos. They have some longer videos, but mostly shorts, and they have millions of people who watch them, and millions of younger gay people watch them, because it's really, they're making fun of themselves. They're making fun of being old and gay and wrinkly and whatever. And I mean, there are a couple of serious videos where they maybe do sort of trips down memory lane, or they look at themselves when they were young. They show pictures of themselves when they're young and how they are now, but it's mostly just about comedy and entertainment. So it's not really a vlog, not really very personal. And so even though I do watch it once in a while, it's kind of disappointing to me if it were like 4 older gay men living in a house like the Golden Girls, because they do kind of, they don't really, I don't think they live together. I think they're neighbors, or maybe a couple of them are roommates. I don't know, I can't remember. But you know, if it were more serious, I think it'd be really a good show. But it's just done just for entertainment purposes, and it's really just like so many videos that you find online about older people. The only popular ones are the ones where they're making fun of older people, older gay people. I see a mural. I'm just gonna go take a look and see what this is. And that's fine, I don't mind making, I think we all should make fun of ourselves more. I think the world would be a much better place, happier place, if everyone just made fun of themselves. And you know, if everyone was able to laugh at themselves and make fun of themselves. Alright, so this one is a mural. Someone who really likes lions and cats. So here they've got a lion fountain and some little cat statues here. It's kind of cute. I know there are a lot of cat lovers out there. I don't know how many lion lovers, but a lot of cat lovers. So Gary Phil is a channel that I like. Hi guys. I wish you guys would post more videos. That's the only thing that I don't like about their channel, is they don't post very often. And it would be nice if they posted on a more regular basis, but I know it's not always easy. You know, when you're trying to have a life, enjoy your retirement, these can be a lot of work doing these videos, as I mentioned before. They moved, they were 2 gay retirees, been together for, I think, decades. And they lived in Florida, and then they retired a couple of years ago and moved here to the Palm Springs desert area. And they live up in Desert Hot Springs, and they come down here and do videos in Palm Springs. And I'm hoping one of these days we can all get together and do a video together. That would be fun. And maybe even Jim would join us for a video. But like I said in my last video, it's very hard trying to coordinate to do collaborations or just to get together with people. It's very difficult and time consuming, and you know, trying to coordinate schedules and stuff. So I understand they're probably like me. They probably just don't want to make plans and just I want to get up and do a video whenever they're in the mood to do one. So that's a good channel that I like because it's a personal vlog. They just show where they're going and what they're doing, where they happen to be eating, and those are the kind of videos, those are the kind of channels I like. So I like their channel. There's another one called Wyo Russ, which is very, very popular. Now, Russ and Wyo is Wyoming. So I guess, so basically, Russ and his partner, I don't know if they're married, but they've been together now quite a few years. They met in Wyoming, I think it was Wyoming, where they had where Chris, the older one, who I think is now 60 years old, and I think Russ is in his 30s. And they met, I think, through their love of gardening. I think Russ was a landscaper, and maybe Chris hired him to help him put some trees in the yard or something of his. Chris owned a home up there, a bed and breakfast, and I think that's how they met and hit it off and ended up moving in together. But again, the last couple of years, they haven't been posting much. They had to sell the house. They moved, I think, to Oregon for a while, and I don't think they posted for about a year or so. Then they recently moved to Florida, and they were posting videos about their home search, which was really fun and interesting. And they finally purchased one, and that was interesting to see, the home they purchased. But the last month or so, it doesn't seem like they've posted any videos. So that channel, I bet most of you, or a lot of you, at least the gay viewers on this channel, are probably familiar with that channel. I forget how many subscribers they have, but they have a lot. It's an extremely popular channel. Then there's Geo and JC. I think it's JC. They're a couple. I think Geo, I don't remember how old he is. I think he's in his 50s. It's possible he might be younger. I've said this before. I think he has a beard, and a kind of a white beard. And quite often when people have beards, they look older. And so, personally, I don't like beards on me. I'll see if I can find, I have like 1 or 2 pictures of me with a beard. I'll see if I can find one of those pictures and show you. I think I had a beard when I was back in my 20s, and that was the last time. I think I was young and I just wanted to try it. I'd never had a beard, so I tried it and I didn't like it, and I've never had a beard since. Even though it would be nice to have a beard to cover up all the splotches and blotches all over my face, as you get older. I mean, that might be why some people wear beards, is just to cover up all the imperfections as you get older. I don't know, but anyway, they have a good channel. They're retirees. I think they also live in Florida, and JC, I think, has a house in, is it Puerto Rico, and they go there sometimes. So I like that theirs is very personal, just about their lives. Morning. I like this stonework here. That was very popular back in the 60s. You can see these homes back up to the golf course here. Another channel that I watch sometimes is called Take Time to Travel with Tom and Mike. Now, I think Tom, I'm really not sure how old he is. I think he's retired now. I think he's probably in his 60s, and Mike looks like he's in his 30s. And so their channel is not really a vlog. It's not really the typical personal day in the life, like this is our life and we're traveling and doing this, and it's more of a travel guide. And I do like some of the travel channels, but I tend to like the ones that are just more personal, where theirs is not as personal. They're just showing the best restaurants and the best hotels and things like that, which is nice, and I like them. This is pretty cool. Now look at that cool door. Sort of almost a lime green. Now it sounds like the airport. It sounds like an airplane off in the distance there. I always love all the doors here in Palm Springs, in these mid-century modern neighborhoods especially. Yeah, so I didn't remember this being such a mid-century modern neighborhood, but it really is. There's that same rock that we just saw a couple houses ago. Yeah, it's really nice. There are a couple of gay RVers. I don't watch their channel much. I'm not sure why. Now I can't even remember the name of their channel, but I do watch it sometimes, and they have come here to Palm Springs. I'll put their name, the name of their channel here if I can find it. And I'm not sure why I don't watch it more than I do. We don't, as you know, we don't travel anymore. Jim doesn't like to travel, and I don't travel as much just because, you know, now that I'm 70, I do like traveling. I have in the past, but, you know, now I just prefer to stay home and take walks around the neighborhoods like this. Okay, so they're doing some kind of construction up here. I don't know. Okay, they stopped. So Stephen Pereira, I don't know if that's how he pronounces his name. It has an I in there somewhere, but I mentioned that I discovered his channel recently, and his is probably the channel most like what I was looking for as far as, let me go down here, morning, a personal, you know, vlog, gay vlog and gay channel. But there's almost no channels like his. That's why I think I liked his so much, because, and again, he doesn't really talk a lot about being gay, but it comes up sometimes, and he's kind of obviously gay. I mean, you can tell he's gay. All right, so did I miss any streets? I think I may have missed a street. So let me go back here, see if I can find, depending on the construction here, I don't know if I can get through. Okay, I guess I'll just walk here, even though I'm going to get wet in the grass. I think the grass is all wet, but at least I can get by the construction here. I just discovered that the neighborhood continues about a block and a half over west from where I was walking. So it continues over here. You can see the mountains there. The street is called Eagle here. And there are a couple more streets that I can walk down. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer to the rainbow flag here. It's always fun when homes have rainbow flags. Alright, so let me walk down this street here. I don't know if you can hear it, but a speaker just came on and said, "Hi, you are currently being recorded." Well, you are being recorded too. I guess they figure if I can film them, they can film me. This is the edge of this neighborhood here, the western edge, and this is Gene Autry up ahead. You know, the really busy street, Gene Autry, that I've shown you before in other videos. So let me just walk, see what's down here. I didn't know there were any homes on, well actually, you know, I think there are homes facing that side of the street. Seven Lakes Country Club is right across the street, and Seven Lakes Country Club is where it's been reported over the years that President Eisenhower had a hole-in-one, sunk a hole-in-one. Is that how you say it? Sunk? Back in the 1950s or 60s. I never realized there were homes here. So I want to go back to the two streets that are back this way, and then I'll walk down that street just to see if there's anything there. Now this street is called Divot Lane, and that's definitely a golfing term, right? Divot. Isn't that a little thing you put the golf ball on? And right now there's a gardener here. They're trimming bushes, so it's kind of noisy, so I'm not going to be talking much on this street. Even though I haven't walked in this neighborhood in probably 10 years, I remembered these pitch roofs because they were pretty unique. I've never seen them in any other neighborhood, and even though this is the very busy Gene Autry going back here, the wall is high enough that it's really quiet. Now I'm wondering what's up there. I'm gonna have to walk over there. It looks like maybe that's the entrance to the golf course. I'm gonna walk up here and see where this goes. I saw the guy walking up here and then the other guy on his scooter, so I'm guessing this goes up to the golf course. I think that, well, there's a wash here, so I'm just curious what it looks like up here. Well, that's interesting. It comes up here to the overpass, the bridge that goes over the wash. You can see how hazy it is this morning from all the dust, and also I think because of So it says Palm Canyon Walsh. Not just the dust, but also there are some clouds in the sky. But off in the distance, I don't know, you can see a lot of dust there from the wind. All right, so I guess this is just a trail that goes along the wash here. And there's part of the golf course on the other side. All right, so let me go back. There's still another street that I haven't walked on. So this is an interesting little trail. I don't know if they consider this a park, a desert landscape park, but you know. Good morning. Yeah, if you're going to ride bicycles, definitely I would do it on a trail like this rather than on the main streets. Oh yeah, so it does say bike route. And this street here is called Birdie. So these are all, this little section of the neighborhood here, these are all named after golf course terms. Where the other part of the neighborhood on the other side, where I started walking, I think those were named after birds, right? Bobolink, isn't that a bird? The bougainvillea is really nice here. Look at this. That's a pretty door. I've only been walking around for about an hour. It's a pretty small neighborhood. And I also realized I forgot to mention a couple of their channels. Now, there's another gay couple, I think Tyler and Todd, is that their name? They're building an off-grid house. I've been watching them for a couple of years, and they have a pretty good channel. They're younger though. They're, I think, in their maybe 30s. I like their channel. And it's extremely popular. I mean, they have, I think, millions of views and maybe 500,000 subscribers or something. I'm sure all of you who are gay watching this channel probably watch their channel too. Their channel's good. It is a personal vlog about them and their life, capturing the everyday. So those are the channels that I can think of, the gay channels, with them talking about their lives and things. So, I don't know, I guess just channels more like mine, or more like Steven Pereira's. I've been mentioning him a lot lately because I just really like his style. It's just really he was even saying the other day, he goes, what's my channel about? He goes, well, I guess it's about me. And that's true, that's what it is. It's just about him. It's a channel about him and his life. And he has, even though he's just an ordinary person, he's a flight attendant, a gay flight attendant, it can be really interesting to see what a person does, what people do. Now, he's only, I think I said he was 55. Again, trying to find any channels where the people are over 60 or 70 is nearly impossible. I remember when I first started looking for older YouTubers, lots of videos popped up, but then I started looking at them and they were all people that were 30 years old. And so in YouTube years, I guess 30 is considered really old. So anyone that's over 50 is considered ancient or prehistoric or probably dead. So yeah, I guess it's just the nature of YouTube, which also surprises me. I would think that with all the retirees that have a lot of free time to make videos, I would think YouTube would be mostly retirees having channels, but for whatever reason, there are very few. So I hope I didn't miss any of my favorites. And if you happen to know of any older gay vloggers on YouTube, you know, please share with me in the comments section and I'll check their channels out if there's any that you really like, or any other gay vloggers. Like I say, the younger gay vloggers, just I don't find their channels very interesting, but if you happen to know of one that maybe is really interesting, go ahead and share that and I'll check it out. I'm always checking out new channels just in case, you never know. And this week I want to give a very big thank you to my newest channel supporter, Tommy Monroe. Thank you, Tommy, for your very generous donation to my channel using YouTube Super Thanks. It's very appreciated.